Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm creating another spread using Distress Inks, and I'm using my handmade journal that I've shared a while ago, and of course I will link up that video in the top right corner info box. I'm starting by blending the ink onto the paper. The paper that I'm using is a Castell mixed media paper, and I'm using Evergreen Bough for my first layer. I'm using those oval makeup brushes you can find on Amazon to blend the ink. I also have the round blending tools from Tim Holtz, but I prefer these brushes. They work much better. Now I'm going in with the chipped sapphire, I believe, and I will also use some black soot. I plan to create a Christmas winter scene on this page. What I love about that handmade journal is that you can take out the double pages and then you can lay it completely flat to create, and that makes it super easy to stamp or to stencil, and it's more handy to work with than a big journal, especially when you are working with I would say more nice scenes and stamps. Then it's easier to have a flat paper. I also have some thick art journals, but in those I normally work more in a messy kind of style. I let this dry 100%. This must be bone dry because I want to add some embossing on top, and Distress ink stays wet for a while, so you can't do any embossing. So while this is drying, I am coloring in some of the houses I plan to use on this spread. I have stamped the houses to watercolor paper. My favorite Christmas colors are red combined with blue, and I love a light or turquoisey blue. I am not a fan of gold, red, and green. That's not my kind of style. I would say I love it more colorful, and I think this red with the turquoise is really pretty. As always, I have linked up my blog post in the video description so you can check out some close-up images. I will stop the coloring process here because I think this gets a bit boring. I colored a lot of these houses and finally I pick some of them on my page. My ink is dry and I stamp some of the snowflakes from the same stamp set using Versamark ink. I believe I used the Dazzle Versamark because my normal Versamark is so dirty, but that's not important as I want to cover it up with white embossing powder. There is a bigger and a smaller snowflake and I stamp both of them randomly onto the sky. I don't mind that there are some areas with powder on it because I want to add some embossing enamel as well, and that is no problem. I'm using a Shabby color from Stampendous and I just sprinkle it over the page. When you do this, you have to heat set the powder from underneath because it would be blown away by the heat tool. So I do this off camera. I just heat set this from underneath so that the powder is not blown away. Here I'm just heat setting the areas that I missed while I heat set this from underneath. I now have picked out some old book papers and teared them into pieces, and I will create a bottom with them where I can sit my houses on top. I'm adhering those using a normal glue stick. After I've adhered the houses, I'm adding some snow using some heavy white gesso. To finish up the pages, I'm stamping a sentiment along the bottom of my page. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope we see us next time. Bye!